I want to move this conversation along because I do think this is an interesting super chat here. I want everyone to answer. We'll start with Professor Sky, then we'll go to Mesito after that. Before we do that, also join the panel today. He's got some new music out we will talk about later on the show. The one and only Screwface Jean. 9-second applause.
What's good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
All right, cool. What's good, everybody?
What's going on, bro? All right, we're going to start with Professor Sky. We'll go to Mesito after that. Then we'll go over to Screwface. This is from Beach Boy Dre. It's a really good question. I talked about this on my channel during Chart Report. Maybe Chart Report, or maybe one of the videos I did around this conversation. He says, I know Justin's answer, but do y'all think that Young Thug is a superstar? There are multiple artists that copied Thug blueprint like YNW Melly, even Cardi, and even artists under YSL. Shout out to Justin, much love. Is Young Thug a superstar?
Hell no. But you can be a giant without being a superstar. So like he's a giant, right? Certainly he's a huge name and he should be remembered forever for having done a lot of amazing, great things. But a superstar? People, I mean, there's not many superstars in hip hop at this point, and they are all basically removing themselves from the picture anyways. I mean, and maybe to Curtis's point, maybe it's better if we have more stars and less superstars because, you know, maybe somewhere in the middle there. But yeah, I mean, he's a huge rapper, but like he's not Future, right? I mean, like everyone on the street knows Future, like just in any street, anywhere, right? Like anywhere in America. But like Young Thug, I don't know. I don't see it that way.
Can't do a Super Bowl. He ain't a superstar to me. Mesito, no. What do you think?
I'm on Team Sky with this one. Listen, and you could kind of twist your way into thinking it in like 2025 terms, right? Like, name, recognition, Twitter hits. But for me, Young Thug is a musician, right? And I don't think his numbers or, his hit records, as y'all was talking about, would dictate superstar status, right? So, I'm being a little too old school with it. I need some like actual, Carfax to see that he's a superstar. I know us in the culture, he's a superstar for us. I know for the folks, we all know Young Thug. We all have an opinion about Young Thug back when he came out wearing his dress. But nah, I don't think he's a superstar. I don't think statistically, I don't think he would drop anything that would do superstar numbers. I don't know if he could sell superstar tickets. And from the way he was, begging to get Kendrick and Dirk on those records, that don't sound superstarish to me.
1 second applause. Screwface John, what do you think? Is Thug a superstar?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think there's too many superstars in anything left. I think when I think of a superstar, I think of somebody who transcends beyond what they do or just the thing that they're in. And I don't think Thug is as recognizable outside of hip hop as some of the other people are. And like the other people said, I don't think even his numbers are superstar level. But in his defense, I don't think there's many superstars, period. But I definitely don't think Young Thug is one.
Yeah, there's not as many movie stars, right? It's a good point.
Curtis, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we're living in a time now where the superstar gets redefined, and I'm with Mesito that I think that conversation he had on the phone told you even the separation that he himself saw from his peers, right? When you talk about needing a plug for we gotta get the same plug to get the song up to where we need to get it to. You think Kendrick will accept some money from us? You think we can? What's his issue? Why? What's going? I just feel like when you have that kind of perspective that's looking at everything, I think one side of it says that's just being competitive and being aware of what's going on. But I think he himself has seen. I think he had superstar trajectory, but I think some of the decisions he made, like going at Wayne at that point in time and the way that thing played out, I think a lot of things cut that opportunity for it to happen. And I think this, the way this whole situation played out from the case down to what is going on now, no, I think there's a clear separation. While all of this stuff is going on in the news, you got one dude out here who's selling out stadiums and being minding his business and being very quiet and is still trending topic. I think that's kind of the new superstar that we see today. I don't think today's superstar is yesterday's superstar.
Glasses, what do you think? 1 second applause, Curtis.
He's pretty high profile. Really big records. I mean, I don't, you know, I don't know how to define superstar well enough. He's really high profile.
Wait a minute, G. You define everything. Great. You spend all kinds of time coming up with very explicit, distinct distinctions and
like
definitions.
No, this is one of those mainstream words, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it kind of is common. Like superstars, like high profile in a specific field, like he be pretty high profile, you know what I mean? So, but I do get the argument. They are bigger stars. You know what I'm saying? But I think if I had to make a choice, I'd say he's the opening door to the superstar. Like when you get where he at, that's when you opening the door to superstar status as far as hip hop goes. Like that would be probably the door, you know what I mean, right where he's at.
Stat, do you think Young Thug's a superstar?
I think he a superstar to his mama and his family and his kids. You know, I think they think he a superstar. So I think he's a superstar to somebody. I'm a superstar to my mama for sure. But to me, he's not a superstar to me, and it seems like he's not a superstar to most of the people up here. Just like the word legendary, like, you know, like these words, we just throw them around, because if you say he's a superstar and then we say Michael Jackson is a superstar, then it's like, you know, it's the difference. And to me, in rap music, period, there may have been only 10 in the history of rap that have been superstars. Maybe 10. Maybe 10. Snoop Dogg being one of them.
Right.
And Snoop, mainly the things that he's done post music, like Olympics and all that type of stuff, has pushed him over to the superstar category. Even in the NBA, LeBron, Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Like Kobe, you know what I mean? Like Shaq, you know, this Magic Johnson, this superstar, hip hop maybe has had 10. So he's definitely not one of the 10 to me. But to his mama, he probably a superstar. His girl, Mariah, I think he's a superstar. You know what I'm saying? His dentist think he's a superstar because he ain't had no teeth when he got him shit fixed. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Doug is always seemed like one of those guys. My fault, y'all. Doug is like one of those guys who's he was always way more famous than his actual music was. So it's hard to kind of level what that means. That can still mean a superstar. I'm not saying it doesn't. But, you know, you mentioned Snoop. Snoop has music as famous as he was. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for an artist like Thug. Like, none of the songs have ever written, other than, you know, Lifestyle when he first dropped.
Yeah, I mean, and then also, you know, obviously he just lost 2 years of his life. He's not that old, so those are critical years. Right. Also, you know, the type of music he makes, all things considered, outside of arguably Future, pretty regional, all things considered. And that's no shot. There's no shot, no shade, but there's nothing that goes up. The music in the South goes up in the South in a special kind of way that isn't replicated other places. Right. And also, at the same time, too, for me, it's a very simple quotient. There's two very quick answers. Does Young Thug pass the grandma test? My grandma, my mom, or no grandmama know Young Thug, right? Rest in peace to both, but he's been around as long as they were, and they didn't know him then. And can he play the Super Bowl by himself? Now, to me, that's what the answer I gave. Big shout out to Beach Boy, Dre Beats. He wanted to debate me in the comments section about it. I gave him a couple of comments and moved on. Yeah. A couple of comments and moved on, and now hopefully he understands where we're coming from. With
if that's your, no. Based off Yoasted, no, hell no.
Yeah, because we're talking superstar. Like I don't know anything about a lot of there's a whole streaming world that I don't know, right? But I know I heard of Kai Cenat before I'd ever seen anything Kai did, right? I've heard of Mr. Beats before I'd ever seen anything Mr. Beats did. I hear about soccer players, but I don't even watch soccer. My point is, if you can cross over into spaces where you're not, or the average fan isn't, where you don't have to be an expert, but you still hear about these people, that's a superstar quality, right? Now, you could be a star in your lane, but your lane, all things considered, with the size of the globe, is pretty niche. And I think that's where Thug is. Thug's a star in hip hop, a star in rap, but for him to be on the phone saying, how come Kendrick don't want to do a song with a superstar? I don't think that Thug is that superstar that Thug thinks he is, and sounded like on that phone call. So that's where
that shit was hilarious.
that shit. I was like, superstar. Who are we talking about here? Young Thug. Slime rat, spider snake. No, I'm sorry, that's not.
There's only been 10 superstars in hip hop, dog. 10. Eminem, Snoop Dogg. We can name them. These guys. Kanye West is a superstar. Anytime you can have people come and listen to your songs and pack it out in the stadium in Korea, you're a superstar.
Right.
Like, it's
LL,
only been
LL
10.
Cool J. It's very few.
It's very few, dog. Yeah.
Hammer.
Hammer had a cartoon. Hammer had a cartoon. Hammer had a cartoon. Hold tight.
We're not ready for that conversation. But
Hold tight. Hammer had a cartoon. He had commercials. He had movies. He had his own pants. Everyone knew his own Hammer pants.
It was gone though. It's gone.
It's short-lived.
Superstars still here. Superstars are still here. That's why that's why it's gone. Eminem ain't gone. Snoop Dogg ain't gone. Kanye West, as horrible as the shit he been putting out, he still is here. We can't get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's superstars. You can't let that go. I don't even think, and Glasses, I'm about to say it, and I love him to death. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is a superstar yet. He's not. I mean, because he don't do superstar shit.
Based off what Justin saying, grandmother test,
and Super Bowl. He's superstar.
The internet has definitely created like a pocket thing. Like
my mama didn't know who he was.
Yeah, something I realized.
He performed at the Super Bowl.
I never realized actually how famous Dre is.
Oh, Dr. Dre?
Yeah, like he's a superstar. You would never. I know, but
that's my everything, right?
I know, but that's a prime example. Somebody that I really didn't catch because it feels so next to you and so normal. But like when I'm looking at what's happening and how people vote and they talk about Dr. Dre, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker really like. He's not like the average. I just had this talk the other day. Justin, I had a thought. Puff was always the biggest star on Bad Boy.
Right.
Yes, that's
Without
a fact.
question.
That's
always
a fact.
the biggest star on Bad Boy.
Puff is a superstar.
Right.
Yeah, but that's like you would never really think that through all these years. Like Puff is this huge star, and that's Dr. Dre too. Like Dr. Dre is this huge star, and it doesn't feel like it because he kind of does things completely different. But man, like the way people talk about him and like
he's not a star because he don't want to be Glasses.
No, I agree.
I think if he wanted to be a superstar, he could be, but he deep down inside of him, he does not want to be. He does not like the shit. So that's why he's the way he is. Ice Cube the same way. These guys don't want that like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want that.
Cube is a superstar.
Nah. I think Cube's incredible. Superstar.
No, not talented. I mean, just in infamy. Like I think Ice Cube is as famous as Kanye West as a superstar.
Yeah.
Well, you got the movie shit.
Weirdly, you know what I mean. But
he did a lot of movies, but and this last Amazon one was horrible. But God bless him. We love him.
I really enjoy it.
You like that movie?
No, and I get it, and I get what people were saying watching the acting. It was so weird, but I guess people set me up, so I was able to go in. They said it was the worst movie. It was the best movie you ever watched. And I was like,
you too West Coast, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Too West Coast. It was an infomercial.
They
it was sponsored content. They did. That's why it's so bad to me. They put $5 million, $50 million into this thing to sell me some Amazon delivery, a drone delivery service. It's Amazon. They could have made a good movie that could sell me the Amazon drone delivery service. They put Ice Cube and his homies in front of green screen, pretended there was some aliens outside they made on Roblox.
Whoa.
And tried to sell me Amazon delivery service. It's not even good sponsored content. But let's move on.
Culture united, our culture united, our culture united, our culture united. Connecting all over the world. Connecting all over the world. Connecting all over the world. Connecting all over